Hello, Benites, and welcome to the show. On tonight's show, I'm going to talk about what the hell am I going to talk about? You can't predict what I'm going to talk about here. I don't even know. So we just watched a movie on Netflix, and it was great. Holly, what do you think? Look at the size of my freaking head. You know, I would have a full head of hair if I had a normal size head. Hello, Benites, and welcome to Uncle Nigel at night because I want to sound creepy. I got a couple pet peeves I want to go over today. One of them is this. It irritates the shit out of me when people are posting videos like on Instagram or TikTok where they stitch them together and they're sitting there like crying, laughing, like next to the video itself. Number one, I want to watch the video, not some idiot that stitched their picture in. And number two, they're so freaking fake and annoying. That video might be funny or entertaining, but it ain't that funny. And you just look like an ass. And the other thing is, there's so many of these on Instagram and TikTok where they post a video and they've got that guy's voice in the background going, no, 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 no. It's so freaking stupid and annoying. I can't even watch it. I shut it off. They're not getting any seconds from me. Now, I did see, when I complain about stupid Facebook posts and local groups, here's an example. Hi, Tom. Hi, Janaea, Sarah, Simply Savina, and Lisa. Somebody made a post. I'm new to the area. I want to know who's got the best. It's already shipped, by the way, Woodland. You probably got a notice already. And Ronnie, I shipped your stuff today too, including your Squid Game popcorn bowl I promised you. So that's on the way. And that Woodland, that hoodie is very nice. It's a pullover and it's heavy. You'll like it. So somebody's new to the area and they post, I'm new to the area. Where can I get the best chicken wings? So everybody's throwing out their opinion. It's weighing heavily towards like 3 or 4 places in the area. And then there's this. And these stupid posts. I don't know. Maybe this shouldn't bug me so much. But this person, whose name I won't say, Colleen Howard, said the Inn on St. Louis in Egg Harbor City. Also, Gennara's Italian Grill and Pizzeria in Egg Harbor City. Both are the best. She's named 2 different restaurants and said that both of them have the best chicken wings. 2 different businesses. She said both have the best. Now, I know what she meant. Oh, they're so good. But you say that. Say they both have great wings. But she said both have the best. So, Colleen, if you're watching. And also, another thing that's got me anymore. Do you remember Vine? Those videos that were like 90 seconds long? You could get all your enjoyment. The whole point of it was done in 90 seconds. Today, there are so many videos that drag on and on and on and on. And finally, the last 3 or 4 seconds, maybe the last 10 seconds of the video, they get to the point. Like, be sure to watch to the end. And there's a boat going across the water. And it's a 4-minute video. And for 3 minutes and 50 seconds, this boat is riding around on the water. And then in the last second, somebody falls off the boat. Fucking idiots. By the way, that brings up an important point. There's studies that show that people who curse are more likely to be honest. Now, Siege here just got done with college classes. Hello, Nigel. You mean for the day, right? The semester didn't end, did it? That's what it was. Vine was even shorter. But I remember when videos used to have, like Instagram videos used to have to be a minute long at the most. Oh, and by the way, I just want to let you all know Holly's fucked up.
Hey.
Let me get to the point. Yesterday, I'm backing in the driveway. And she says, oh, good, there's Jack. Now, Jack quite often walks by and takes a break on the guardrail right outside our driveway. And even when he's further down, we'll beep our horn and wave. And we laugh because he waves back. So I pull forward. I said, where? She says, isn't that him there? And it was kind of freaky, like horror movie freaky. But I said, where? She said, sitting right there on the rail. I said, no. That's not him with his yellow vest. No, Hal. She says, well, I can't see. She's got glasses on. She's got loose-fitting clothes, too, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. That's all I'll say. But she saw Jack, who wasn't there yesterday. And today, she says, as we're backing in, oh, yeah, I can't see him. I see now that wasn't him.
That was a sign.
He's a ghost.
No, I saw a signpost and thought it was him.
Yeah, she saw a signpost today and realized that's what she saw yesterday, not him. I was going to go down and hang my Santa Claus beard on the signpost.
At least I was honest.
Yeah, but yesterday you were like, he's right there.
It looked like him to me.
And the dogs got in a fight today, and I came running out in my underwear.
Yes, you did.
Everything was going everywhere.
Everything was hanging out and swinging.
No. But it was going everywhere. But they both reacted, didn't they?
They were stunned into silence when they saw you in your underwear.
Sable jumped off the chair on top of Archer, unprovoked.
For no reason at all.
And a riot broke out. I was trying to take a nap. I was about to smack some ass.
You could have smacked me if you wanted.
No. Problem with smacking you is the pleasure you take in it. Sophie and I have a new routine at night. I say good night and I give her cat treats. I get up in there though. What classes are you taking, Siege? Woodland, you're going to love that hoodie.
What hoodie?
I had a hoodie left. So I put stuff up for clearance today. I got to raise some money, like tonight. So today I put up a bunch of the old t-shirts I had laying around that I don't know why I have it in this size, but I have a Bad Ben Pandemic shirt, youth medium. If anybody wears a youth medium or has a child that wears youth medium, it's in the shop, but don't buy it. Let me know. I will give it to you just for the cost of shipping. Or it's going to become a rag for washing the cars. Hi, John and Patty. How are you? Somebody, I had one in an extra large of the t-shirt, which is 4 Bad Bens on it, and it's colorful. And somebody got that today. There was only one of them, but that's my favorite shirt. I have it in a t-shirt, and I have it in a hoodie, a purple hoodie. Holly likes when I wear purple. Well, on top of everything else I went over already tonight, Super Bowl weekend. And let me tell you something, being in the in South Jersey, we are closer to Philadelphia than we are to New York. So most people in South Jersey are Philadelphia sports fans, like the Eagles, the Sixers, the Flyers, whoever the soccer team is. I think it's called the Philadelphia Union. Whatever. We're all, and the Phillies. We're fans of Philadelphia. People sometimes assume because where we are, we might be fans of the New York Giants or Jets and the Mets and the Yankees. I could give a shit about any of them. Now, the exception is we have like that Jimmy Trout, who I think plays for the Angels or something. I might be wrong. Outstanding player, is from right here. Well, thank you. I got a donation from somebody that helped me a lot. Thank you. I haven't seen it, hasn't popped up yet. I can bet who it is. Sarah Calucchio. Always supporting me. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, and I got another. I got to go back and put up the sponsors slate on Nigel at night as long as I'm doing this. By the way, when I go to doing this without having it up here, thank you, John. You're still going to be able to watch it on YouTube and Bad Ben TV. Oh, his name is Trout, Jim Trout. He went to He's from, oh my God, excuse me, Millville or Vineland or something. And he's a nice kid. But we can tend to, if the Phillies are playing the Angels, who I think this kid plays for, I could be wrong. Hey, Google, who's Jim Trout play for?
Sorry, I didn't understand, but I found something related. Do you want to know what is Mike Trout best known for?
Mike Trout. Hey, Google, who does Mike Trout play for?
Mike Trout's current team is the Los Angeles Angels.
Okay, it is the Angels, but his name is Mike Trout, not Jim Trout. But Mike Trout is just a awesome kid. And if the Philadelphia Phillies were playing the Los Angeles Angels, people are excited when Mike Trout. People here are excited when Mike Trout comes up to bat because he's from here. What would be ideal would be if the Phillies had good management, he wound up here, because that would just be awesome. But he's doing very well, and he's been MVP and stuff like that. But we are Philly fans. So back to the Super Bowl. We got to put up with this horseshit about Eagle fans are so rude. And they're just like, you might hear the joke where they threw snowballs at Santa Claus. At Christmas, it had in December that year, it had snowed and there was snow in the stands, and they went and cleaned a bunch of it up, but not all of it. I mean, they couldn't get it all. And Santa came out, and the fans were throwing snowballs at Santa. And Buddy Ryan, who at one time was the coach of the Eagles, then went on to be the coach of someone else, had a choking incident in a restaurant where he was choking on a pork chop, and someone did the Heimlich and saved him. Well, after he left Philly and he came back with the other team to play a game, the fans were wearing pork chops around their neck. That's a hey, Squatch. How's the job hunt going? Good, I hope. Hi, J-Lo. And anyway, all season long, and I guess probably most towns are like this, but if the Phillies win the first game of the season, they're going all the way to the Super Bowl. And then if they lose the next game, it's like, oh, the umps ripped them off. It's always they got ripped. They got ripped off. And so they just go on and on and on. And after the NFC Championship, which they won, and Chiefs won the AFC Championship. I sound awful knowledgeable for somebody that hasn't watched 30 seconds of football I haven't watched a second of football this year. But anyway, then it's like 2 weeks of people flying around. They have signs up, fly, Eagles, fly. And I guess that's any town. I remember when I was in Denver, everybody was wearing the Broncos orange and blue. And incidentally, the major sports team with the highest selling merchandise of all teams, NFL, hockey, baseball, football, was the Colorado Rockies, because they had a good mascot, and the colors were like purple and all, and the kids just loved it. And that was their first year. Their first year, they became the highest selling. Anyway, back to the Eagles. So there's so many fans around here. And Andy Reid, who's the coach of the Chiefs, used to be the coach of the Eagles, and he was a hell of a nice guy. So people cheer for him when he walks out as the opponent. People will cheer for him this Sunday when he walks out, just because he had been the coach of the Eagles. They did it the last time the Eagles and the Chiefs were in a Super Bowl. But that looks really weird right here on my shoulder, like a ghost. But if the Eagles win on Sunday, if they win the Super Bowl, that'll be February. They start again, I guess, in August. So for the next 6 or 7 months, first of all, the next week, Sunday night will be insane. Fireworks going off, people out in the street shitting and pissing themselves. Excuse my language. But they just lose their mind down here. They lower their Trump flag and they raise an Eagles flag. And anyway, they just lose their mind. Now, if they win the Super Bowl, not only will they lose their mind Sunday night, but nobody will go to work Monday. They'll all be drunk. Then for the next 7 months, all you'll hear is how they're the greatest and they're going to have a good season. And, oh, did you hear this trade they made? This and that, this and that. But if they lose, they will want the head of the coach. The Eagles won their first Super Bowl a couple years ago, and this is what blew my mind. They had Nick Foles was the backup quarterback because, and I forget the name of the other dude, was injured. So in like the second or third game of the season. So Nick Foles took them all the way to the Super Bowl and they won against New England when Tom Brady was there. Yet the following year, they put back in this quarterback that they had paid all this money for, which you understand. But Nick Foles wound up getting traded. What a stupid fucking move. Carson Wentz. You're right, Lee. Thank you. Adam says, I have no interest in football, but my company is based in Kansas City, so I hear about it every meeting. Oh, God. Now, my best friend, his oldest brother, David, played for the Kansas City Chiefs when Dick Vermeil was the coach. Dick Vermeil was another guy that was loved in Philadelphia, even after he was no longer coach in Philly. Hi, Archer. You come and say hi to everyone. They can't see it. Let me make it screen wire. Oh. Here's Archer, everyone. So Dick Vermeil was loved here, even after he left. But my best friend's oldest brother, David, played for the Chiefs. So obviously he's a Chiefs fan. And he'll have on his jersey and this weekend and be happy and all. But yeah, this Carson Wentz was a nice guy, but he just could never put it together. And when they traded Nick Foles for this guy, and put Carson Wentz back in, they had a terrible season, the season after winning the Super Bowl. But I will tell this story again. I've told it many times, and it's about Andy Reid, who was, John said hi, John and Patty. It was back when Andy Reid was the coach of the Phillies. My father was in like the last few, oh, he's back. My father was basically on his deathbed. He was in the hospital up at Atlantic City Medical Center on the mainland. And he was emaciated and he looked terrible. That's horrible to say. But the Philadelphia Eagles, like most sports teams all over the country, I guess, they would visit hospitals as morale things, community service. So we weren't there, but the Eagles came through, and Andy Reid came in my dad's room, and they have a photographer with them. They take photos. They don't charge, and they print. Nowadays, the old days what was that?
Take them out. I think he wants to go out.
Okay, the old days they used to have to develop film, but now they can just print them out. So they take all these photos and they go print them out and they give them to the patients. So when we come in, my dad, who's on oxygen and he's like probably 120 pounds or so. I mean, he might not have ever gotten that thin, but he looked. Archer, mom's taking you out. Come on, honey. You're going to hurt yourself. My dad looked terrible, but Andy Reid walks up to him. He's flipping out. I guess he's got to poop. Andy Reid walks up to my dad. I'll widen this so I can properly demonstrate. And he leans over, puts his arm around my dad, leans over and puts his head in, and they take this photo. And when we get there, my dad, points to us to the photo, and it's just a fantastic. Andy Reid looks great, and he's just looks so genuine. And I would love to frame this picture, but my father looks so bad in it. like if I put this picture up, people would come in and say, who's that with Andy Reid? I won't watch the Super Bowl either. I mean, maybe we will because of the halftime show. But I consider Taylor Swift a brilliant businesswoman. Okay. But she, like her tie into this Justin Baldini, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds bullshit is annoying. She is dating this Kelchi who they're supposed to be very, all right, restrict, go fuck yourself. Excuse me. But I just get it's such like when she's there and she goes to the games, she's not putting on a spectacle, but they make it a spectacle. And how about Kanye West and his wife at the Grammys? She basically was standing there naked. And the naked body, if it's attractive, I don't know why there's such a big hang up about nudity to begin with, but some people just need to keep all their clothes on or more on. She happened to be a beautiful woman, but it was sad in that it looked like it was being forced, like by him. I don't know. What the hell do I know? And Beyonce took a lot of shit. She always, they talk about how they're going to be exposed with this Diddy and all. I don't know. But she won, country music album of the year and all. And a lot of who looks like they're being super abused. But hang on, I'm looking at something here. People are like saying that now I'm not a big country music fan to begin with, but people were saying about how lousy her song. I don't think so. I'm not a country music fan, but that one song I heard where she says, "This ain't Texas" or something like that, that sounded pretty good to me. Savina, who are you saying looks like she's being super abused? Oh. Why are you yelling at me? Yeah, it did look a little bit like, yeah, I get it now, Savina. Holly helped me to understand. But this Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds shit, I didn't buy this from the start. First of all, if anybody's ever sexually harassed, I think the person that did that needs to be punished. But this just sounded fishy to us from day one, didn't it? Well, you going up already? Why? How dare you? Okay, good night. Hope you feel better.
You were talking about Blake Lively thing.
Yeah, we didn't buy it from the start. And then I said, we were talking about, I guess about the same time, how I bet you Ryan Reynolds has something to do with this. Because he walked onto the set and started like directing and they were rewriting scenes. Who the hell does that? But I said, I bet you he's jealous. And I don't know. She's been in interviews where she should be promoting the movie, and she was like promoting some thing she was selling, and then she was just rude, like to the interviews or something. Although one of the interviewers happened to be a female, a male probably won't do this, but said to her, congratulations, because I guess she was pregnant again, and said on your baby bump. And she says back to the interviewer, congratulations on your baby bump. And then she says, oh, you're not pregnant. I'm sorry. She's just being rude. But I don't know why on my Instagram feed and my Twitter feed, and Facebook really doesn't have it, but Instagram and Twitter do. Practically every post is for, not practically every, one in every 5 posts is about Blake Lively. And you know, the fact that this Baldini is suing for $400 million, because he's basically saying how it's going to impact his career the rest of his life and all, which probably won't. But he's really got his shit in order. And the thing, I mean, he's suing for $400 million, which he would never get. But Ryan Reynolds is a billionaire because he was the one that created Mint Mobile, at which he sold, and he also owns that soccer team. So I don't know. This thing, like the Amber Heard thing, I mean, I couldn't, if I'm being honest, I couldn't get enough of the Amber Heard thing. And then it's like, I can't get enough of the I don't know why. This Blake Lively thing just has me so fascinated. So for those of you that have joined in the broadcast, I went over this in the first 5 minutes. I'll go over it again. My pet peeves recently. It's when I see a TikTok or an Instagram video that people use that same laugh of the guy going, no, 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 when it's some funny video. That irritates the shit out of me. When people stitch together a video that's supposed to be something funny, and they're there on the other half of the screen like, oh, like they can't believe it or they can't. That's annoying as shit. First of all, the video's not that funny. But if it is funny, I want to be watching the video, not this Joe or Joanne, anybody that posts themselves there like, and they're wiping tears and all, like they're cracking up. They're so full of shit. And my pet peeve I've always brought up about people that use their when they should be using their or they are. That bugs the shit out of me. You or you are, your or you are, apostrophe RA. That bugs the shit out of me because I'm like, what are they teaching in school? But there's also people, like somebody the other day made a Facebook post in our local group for the township, and they said, here's a washing machine I bought a new washing machine. So I need this old washing machine gone. So I have room for the new one. And it's not worth fixing because it's got all these problems. And it's just as somebody does scrap, come pick it up and you can have it. That was her post. These freaking idiots start posting the names of repair places. Oh, this repair place is the best. That repair place is the best. Finally, in the middle of it all, is somebody that writes, I can pick it up tomorrow. But today was a new post that got me. And Debbie, if you're still watching up there in Egg Harbor City, this will have some meaning to you. Somebody said, I'm new to the area. Can you suggest where's the best place to get chicken wings? So people are throwing out their favorite places, and many of them are the same. Charlie's Wings and Summers Point, this place, that place. But this one woman puts up the Inn on St. Louis Avenue in Egg Harbor City. The Inn is what it's called. Also, Gennaro's Italian Grill and Pizzeria in Egg Harbor City. Both are the best. No, both are great. They're not both the best. Just irritate the shit out of me. And you know, it's interesting you say that when you hate when the clip says watch to the end. I'm trying to think, like over emoting gets clicks. Oh, that's weird. Usually YouTube is not a place that does that. Hang on a second. I'm coming back here. But it's interesting that you say that, Squatch, because I have in my notes here, remember when Vine, first of all, somebody point out they were 6-second clips, but I think they got up to 90-second clips. That's my kind of clip. But when somebody says, oh, I saw this today, watch till the end, and it's like a 3-minute clip of the example I gave earlier was like a boat going around in the ocean. So in this 3-minute clip for 2 minutes and 50 seconds, it's just the boat. And then with 10 seconds left, it hits a wave and flips or something. Now when I start watching videos and I see the timeline moving on the bottom and it's very small, which means the video is long, I will scrub the video all the way till the end to see what happens. Just irritates me. People are they think so many things are so interesting and they're just not. And also one of the things I learned today was that studies show that people who curse are more likely to be honest, damn it. I've heard that before, though. So maybe Russell, who I blocked there, was actually trying to make a valid point. But I blocked his ass. So what are your pet peeves, folks? My other pet peeves are people who don't like. I mean, you're entitled to like what you like and not like what you don't like, but just don't like something for the dumbest reason. I can't even think of an example right now. I got to fill my soda cup. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right here. I emptied the bottle. Well, I like these backhanded compliments, Ronnie. Like when people say stuff like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Basically, they're saying, I'm sorry you feel that way, but you're an idiot for feeling that way. I'm sorry if I offended you, but that's another one. Now, a different way to state that is, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. And if I came across that way, I apologize. That's an easier pill to swallow. I love when I don't love this, but when I have to block someone and then they email me telling me how devastated they are that I blocked them. The first couple years I did live broadcasts and all, I blocked like a total of 5 people in 4 years. Lately, with all due respect, is another one. But I actually throw that out sometimes. Usually with a curse so they can figure I'm being honest. With all due respect, you're a freaking idiot. One of the things that annoys me is when people, and you guys heard this from me before, when people complain that I took the films off Amazon Prime. And I don't know how many times I've explained it that I never took the films off Amazon Prime. I can't afford to subscribe to Bad Ben TV for $6 a month because, they should be free on Prime. Okay, so what you've just told me is you have Prime, so you pay $125 a year for that just to get your packages in 2 days instead of 3 or 4. And you also have internet. You've just decided that in the hierarchy of things, supporting an independent producer is not high enough. J-Lo, I don't watch a single influencer. But how the public tends to make some people popular, like the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian became famous because she did a sex tape that was, many people say, and there's a lot of evidence to point to this, that it was staged by her mother, and her mother released the tape. Hi, Ernie. Um, but I will say that she has used her fame to do some good. She became a lawyer. I guess she passed the bar. I don't know. I could be wrong. But she also has helped with some people that are in jail. She's helped to get their sentences overturned when they were possibly wrongly convicted. I don't know why Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie became famous from The Simple Life. However, I do know people that could not, thank you, somebody, that could not get enough of watching that show. Ronnie, thank you. I appreciate it. But like this, I know people that can't get enough of this Jake Paul doing and his brother, but doing that like boxing match against Mike Tyson. And there's a lot of information out there about that being faked or something. I don't know. Mike Tyson had in the contract that he doesn't get paid if he knocks him out. If that's true and Netflix aired it, by the way, last night we watched the new episode of Paradise. Holly loves the show. I loved the first episode. Now I'm just a little bit like, it's okay. It's good still, but it's on Hulu. But there are certain like when I see some of these actors in real life, like like I gotta tell you, I loved Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, and she was also in Bad Times at the El Royale or something, and she was great in that. She, from what I understand, she's great on Broadway, but just she looks so thin, and all the piercings and the fingernails, and she's a sweetheart when you listen to her talk, but it's just difficult for me to watch. And is that racist? I don't mean it that way, because I could it's just not me. But the fingernails and the nose ring and all the earrings and all. But some of these people, you see them in a movie and they seem one way, and then you see them in real life being interviewed. You're like, what? What a weirdo. And that's not her. I don't think she's a weirdo. She's just a bit much. Thank you, J Lo and Adam. But I was really pleased with the movie Wicked on Ariana Grande. Russell, you're not on my bad side, but I will tell you, it is a little bit annoying when somebody gets blocked and then comes back in under another name because that's just weird. But I wasn't sure when you put over emoting gets clicks. In your mind, that was relevant to the conversation. I didn't tie it in at that time. So usually a person just gets put in a timeout, but you were blocked because earlier there was a person that came in and said something about, like, very early in the feed. They're not actually, they're gone from here. When I blocked them, their comment was gone. But yeah, that's weird too. Saying it's a display of love. You want to get blocked again? Anyway. He's in a timeout now. He's not blocked. It's just weird. No, wait, look, you can like the stuff I do. You can she was in The Outsider? I have to go back and look at that. I don't remember her in that. Look, you can like the stuff I do. You can love the movies or hate the movies. But when you say it's a display of love, it just comes across a little, makes me uncomfortable. Next thing, they'll be showing up at my house to apologize. Next thing that happens is I get an email. So that's basically was my day. And if it's okay with you, I'm going to let you guys go for now. And I will see you tomorrow.